Second one, tapping into existing motivation. So seek people who actually want what we have to offer, those who already care. The emotion is there, bring it out and convert it to action.
Yeah, so I wish that we were good enough to create the motivation to want to, do a running challenge for a hospital.
Yeah.
I wish we were good enough to do that. The sad reality is, and maybe it's specific to the scrolling mode, but the sad reality is it's tapping into a motivation that's already there and then just taking that, bringing it out and converting it as quickly as you can. So let's be cynical for a second, right? Let's assume that 1,000 people who care about charities are sitting on their couches thinking, I didn't go for a run again this week. I'm putting on a bit of weight. I really should be going for runs more. When I run, I feel good. I like myself and my whole week is better. And I see run 100 miles for Women's Aid in their newsfeed. Like, it's the people who already have it on their mind who go, yes. And you can reach so many people. There's always someone who's in that mode of, I want to be doing more.
Yeah.
Fitness is a huge part of the reason that works. And they must both want to have that motivation and have the motivation to be a good person and do something every few years for charity. So I'm not just living a totally selfish life.
And that makes a lot of sense. And I give you two examples. One is the one we talked about earlier, where you have the dog walker who wants to walk and the dog walker who wants to help dogs just help other dogs. There's the motivation. You just bring the two of them together. Yeah.
And the dog walkers are already feeling guilty about not walking their dog enough. So part of the reason they sign up,
they can. That's the excuse. It's permission to go and do it.
Yeah, and it's tying my social group in, saying I'm going to walk my dog every day next month.
Yeah,
and then if I don't do that, and you've given me money, I'm a bad person.
And it's the same with any change of habit. It's the same with any kind of pattern of behavior we want to encourage in ourselves. That accountability can be the last little thing that makes us do it. So we had an event on Tuesday night, big events, culmination of 5 weeks of work. People learned to be breathwork teachers. And at the end of it, graduation done, one of the women there took out her jumping rope and was skipping. And they were like, what are you doing? And it's like, she was doing the skipping challenge for Laura Lynn.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, that is unbelievable, because it was the accountability that she had to do it that day, even though she'd been at this event all day. But also it was amazing to see people's reaction to it. If the person had just been skipping and saying, I'm just skipping because I have to get fit, people might be like, oh, grand. But the fact that she was doing it for something, people were like, oh, where do we sign? Yeah, where can we sponsor you? And I just thought to myself, isn't that because it taps into the motivation? She's a fitness person, she wanted to do it. But she was so motivated that this was like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, and she was doing it just to get those 100 skips or whatever it was in.
So she'd been at work, she'd come and done your course in the evening time, and she was like, I have to do these skips before I go home or I won't do them.
Because I'm doing it for the charity, that accountability part of it.
Yeah, accountability is huge.
And it was so interesting to see other people's reactions to her doing it. They were so encouraging, because she was a bit uncomfortable at the beginning, saying, oh, you probably think I'm mad. And then she said, oh, it's for Laura Lynn. And that just changed the whole experience. So that's tapping into the existing motivation. So interesting.